Based solely on the objectives and fundamentals within the conceptual framework, executory contracts should be recognized. Currently, executory contracts in which neither party has performed its duties are not recognized on the two parties' financial statements. One argument for this treatment is that no binding exchange has occurred and that an executory contract is just prospective in nature. Though this is a valid argument, the conceptual framework provides guidance on asset and liability recognition that may contradict current treatment on or of executory contracts. Our theory textbook provides two examples of types of executory contracts. You have employee contracts and long-term purchase agreements. During the class 18-19 homework assignments in class, we discussed long-term purchase agreements, and so I'm going to focus more on employee contracts as an example of why executory contracts should be recognized. With employee contracts, no assets or liabilities are recorded at this time, even though an employer has the obligation to pay future compensation and receives a future benefit for secured employee services. In Concept Statement 6, liabilities are described as probable future sacrifices of economic benefits arising from present obligations to transfer assets or provide services in the future as a result of past transactions or events. So this is saying that the present obligation occurs because an already occurring event has triggered that obligation. The obligation to pay future compensation is a present duty for the employer because the employee services have been secured. That asset is present. The duty now exists, and the agreement obligating the employer has already occurred. Concept Statement 6 also describes assets, which are probable future economic benefits obtained or controlled as a result of past transactions or events. And so this definition is saying that the entity has a right to those assets once an event has triggered the transfer of control for those assets. The employee services are a probable future benefit that will contribute to cash inflows for the employer, and the employer can obtain control of this benefit through the contract agreement, and that agreement has already occurred. Based on these characteristics within the conceptual framework, the employer should recognize both an asset and a liability under an employee contract.